Where's the noise gone? Well, I seem to have lost all noise, and I don't know where. But now the noise is back. So I'm going to start the stream early, because I don't know where the noise went. The noise went somewhere. It's very strange. Oh, I've had a terrible day so far. I was doing the Asian server earlier, and for some strange reason, my service provider decided randomly to block World of Tanks, which was annoying on the Asian server for umpteen different reasons. Now, that won't be so bad, but then when I was trying to sort that out, which took the entire tournament, I then tried to see what was the issue was, and the issue was basically the server trying to log on to Asia, which was a major, major problem. So I logged on to the EU server, and it was fine. So the only way around it was basically to jump in and effectively go via VPN. And it is a big issue. And I don't know why Dubai have suddenly had issues, but they've suddenly got issues. I've got an unstable connection, so I've even got to disconnect from the game and reconnect. Oh, this has been the bane of my life today. It's basically Dubai. It's nothing else. It's just Dubai. So it's not wargaming servers. It's not my setup. It's Dubai. And I don't know why it's been so problematic for me today. Hang on. But it has been problematic. It's just been a nightmare. And now because there's a 5 minute stream delay, now you're gonna not see anything for about 4 or 5 minutes. It's just a nightmare, guys. And I really apologize for it. There's not much I can do about it. Anyway, the room is available, so we're gonna jump in. We've got 4 minutes to go. By the time the game starts, I should have logged back in. Unbelievably annoying. It is unbelievably annoying. So you really, really just bear with me, guys. I'm having so many issues today with Dubai and the internet, and I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but it is. Anyway, we are in the room. I'm going to say ready. We're on Falls Creek to start off. And looking at the raid team, we've got Raid Torby in the E100, which clearly he's not going to go out in because it's an E100, and obviously it's not the right thing. We got OG in an IS5, Blaster in an AMX M449. Who's this one? Money Dude. Money Dude in a 252. Who's this? This is JP. JP in a 252U. No Beat in a T32. And Timon in a T32 also. Look at the Vale side. FD in the new T54E2. Light Yar in the 301. Swissbot in the 252U. Wargaming Project in the 252U. Kiz in the Carnarvon. Tired in the 252U. And Bot in the 251. Although I expect some of those to change. Yes, I'm still waiting for the delay to catch up. I can't do anything about it. It's unfortunately one of those days. It's probably something to do with the fact that tomorrow is Eid, which is like a major celebration in the Muslim calendar. It's like Christmas and everything all rolled into one almost. It's just a major celebration. So maybe, just maybe, the internet provider here is pulled a fast one and done something stupid. All I know is that it's affecting me massively today. I don't normally have these problems. I stream almost every day, Asia and EU. Never had this issue until today, and I absolutely have no idea why. It's just crazy mad. But I'm going to do everything I can to work through it. So bear with me, guys. It is being a nightmare, to be fair. It's being terrible today. Absolutely terrible day today. But we're back for the moment. We've got 40 odd seconds to go. I'm losing all the kilobytes again from the VPN, which is a bit alarming. VPN is not the best idea, by the way. It's not a good idea to go via a VPN when you're doing this. The reason being, you lose a lot of bandwidth, and it really makes the stream and everything very unstable. But it's all I can do at the moment because the game effectively is blocked. And I don't know why. I do not understand. But we're going to have to work through it. It's as simple as that. We're about to go out in the group stage, group 3, quarter-final, Raid versus Vale. You keep seeing me turning my head. That's because my other monitor is showing my bandwidth. So here we are on Falls Creek. So don't, if you keep seeing me turn, it's because I'm looking at the bandwidth. So let's get up high, straight away into the back. And one of the problems with this tournament is everybody takes a 252. As you can see, Torby already in the M41. The Cruel Twist is getting to a good position, trying to get spots in, trying to get some blind shots over there. The Heavies are making their way over. Raid Blaster in the 301 already made his way over to the A cap. Let's get over there because Light Yangmi is over there already. Bot 367 there in the RU is just holding fire. The 301 here is trying to get those spots in. The IS-5 of OG Project has been spotted. The rest of Vale, as you can see, they're making their way to the C cap, and they're going to cap first, so they're going to take the advantage. You can see here, K1S has got a good position in the Carnarvon. The heavies of the 252Us have dropped into C. Swissbot is coming back. He's on a return. Noob Eater and Timon are just holding fire in these T-32s, waiting for a push over the top. So Vale take the advantage at this moment in time by fast capping on the C cap. Raid is now capped A, and we need to follow Torby because it's Torby is going to start moving to try and get the spots in. Torby has been spotted. Toby, sorry, Torby. I keep saying Torby. You can see here that Vale are quite happy to stay where they are. They're not pushing too much. Blaster in the 301 is trying to make his way round. The rotation back to the spawn of the heavies. T-32s are still hanging here. Vale do not really need to do any movement whatsoever. They've got the advantage at the moment. They've got the B cap covered. Blaster is trying to throw blind shots across. JP has been spotted. The B cap is covered. And, well, you know, Vale just need basically Raid to push. Blaster is spotted. Timon in the T-32 is now spotted. He's moving back. Some good blind shots going in here. I don't know if they spotted K1S there of Vale. They put blind shots in. Bot is also putting blind shots in the RU. I'm expecting Raid to push from this side with their heavies, and that looks like that's exactly what they're doing now. So JP and OG Project is moving in, trying to push FD in the T54 E2. There comes Timon as well to push him a bit harder. He's a bit isolated now. The 252Us are backing up. FD has been sacrificed. The 252Us have gone back down into the dip. This is allowing Raid to push heavy. Raid have now taken the advantage after taking that kill. Another tank down. This time it's K1S in the Carnarvon. We'll leave that brawl for a moment because the Light's over here having a brawl. They're trying to get rid of Noob Eater, but down goes the 301. It's not looking good for Vale. Raid are pushing heavy now. Swissbot is trying to get onto the bridge. Noob Eater is the lowest hit point. They need to... I think 251 here. Bot 367 is going down. Yes, he is. It's now going to be all Raid, I'm afraid. They're all going to just rush in. It's the 252Us that are left. Tired Noob, WG Project, and Swissbot. Swissbot is looking like he's about to go. Yes, he is. They're trying to get a tank down, but Tired Noob is having trouble trying to get Noob Eater out, and he manages to do it. WG Project's coming in to help out, but he doesn't manage it. Tired Noob is the last man standing, and Tired Noob is gone. Wowzers. So, impressive stuff from Raid there. As you can see with the damage, to 12,000 against the 5,622 of Vale. So, some good stuff there. FD 7777 was pretty much out on a limb and left to his own devices. Allowed Raid to push in and really pile the pressure on. So, wowzers. Let me just have a quick look at the chat. Hi chat. Sorry. I have to keep eating. If I don't, I have to do something else. And I'm not allowed to do something else. So I've got to eat. Sorry. Fruit pastel. Wine gum. That was wine gum. Vale looked like they were in a good position there. They seemed to have supplied their flanks, had the B cap covered. But it was a big push. Fair play to Raid. It was a nice push onto FD. Really came unstuck. And Raid just ploughed through. So looking at the tanks for 1-4's Creek, switching the spawn points, obviously. This time Raider in the south spawn, Vale in the north spawn. Toby again in the German Bulldog, OG in the IS-5, Blaster possibly in a 301, Money in a 252, JP in a 252, Noob Heater in a T32, and Timon in a T32. Looking at Vale, we've got FD in a Carnarvon, Light in a Carnarvon, Swissbot in a 252, Variki in a WZ121FT, Wargaming Project in a 252, Tired in a 252, and Bot in a Carnarvon. So, this is best of 5, so it's the first of 3, obviously. So, Vale need to pull their finger out a little bit. Need to try and turn it around against this team of Raids. But what we've just seen, I mean, Raid were pretty impressive. Let's not beat around the bush, eh? They were pretty impressive in that last game. Now, as I said, I mean, looking at it from an overall picture, I thought Vale were in a really good position. But clearly not. Let's get up high into the back and see what's happening this time. This time you've got the two lights shooting their way over. Well, no, Blaster is going to the A cap again, and Toby is going to the B cap. The rest of the heavies are ploughing towards this C area, winging ourselves over to see what Vale are doing. Well, we've got the Carnarvons trying to stay down. That was a blind... No, it wasn't a blind shot. Bot was spotted. Vale are bleeding a little bit, trying to get into the C cap, but Light gets in there. He starts capping, but they are going to lose the cap advantage with Blaster in the FV getting over to the A cap very quickly. Vale being quite aggressive here, pushing over the bridge. I don't know if they realise that there's a lot of tanks there, but they're pushing in force over the bridge. WG Project is pretty isolated on his own. He's about to face 3 tanks. As you see there, he gets a good shot in. Now, Light and the Carnarvon is coming in over the top to try and help out, with the others, Swissbot and FD, coming round, along with Bot. They're trying to force raid here, focusing on JP, but then they lose the focus on JP, moving through the raid line. Really not landing that big day. Oh, and there goes FD, there goes Light, there goes Variki. I mean, it was an aggressive push, let's be honest. It was a very aggressive push. Tide Noob is not long for the game. He's getting in there. He goes down. So we've just got these last 3 tanks left for Vale. Swissbot, Bot, and WG Project. Bot is about to go down. There he goes, despite putting his reactive armor on. Now we're looking at WG Project next. Yes, he's gone, leaving Swissbot as the lone player who's just going to be swamped by all of the raid team and taken down. So, another convincing win there for Raid. So as you can see, 4,856 damage dished out by Vale compared to the 12,281 by Raid. We now switch over to Port Bay. An interesting map. Always has been an interesting map. Hi, Rib. Just to put you all in the picture, at the moment I'm going via Switzerland with my VPN, which isn't the best idea as I sit in Dubai. So I am losing a little bit of bandwidth, so I apologise for that. I'm going to have a fruit pastel. Why? Well, only my internet provider in Dubai can provide the answer to that one. Anyway. Excuse me while I eat my fruit pastel. Yeah, my VPN's doing this again, look. Keeping an eye on you. So, Port Bay next. Toby staying in the German Bulldog. OG in the IS-5. Blaster in the 301. Money in the 252. JP in the 252. Noob Eater in the T32. And Timon in the T32. Switching across to Vale, FD in the T26E5, interesting call. Soul in a Scorpion G, Swissbot in a 252, Vajaki in a T54E2, WG Project in a 252, Tired in a 252, and Bot in an IS-5. This time Raid are on the south spawn and Vale are on the north spawn, so it's going to be interesting. Raid have got those nice haul-down tanks with the T32s. With the fast tank there, Blaster is, able to run around the map crazily and spot everybody up. I can see what Vale are hoping to achieve with the Scorpion. It's going to be an interesting call, that one. So I'm hoping to see Blaster get over to the far side of the sea cap, as is usual with the light tanks. And I'm probably anticipating the T32s to go down on that ridgeline just to keep the sea covered. It all depends. I mean, that's what you do in the random games. These are anything but random. So let's get up high straight away and get to the back. Already we've got the 2 lights of Raid pushing their way over to that C area. So we sort of know what Raid are doing. Let's have a look at Vale. Ah, interesting. They are not even pretending to go for the C cap. The T-54 is going to go there probably as a decoy. We got Swiss Spot heading towards the A cap by looks on it, and WG Project and FT overlooking the B cap, kind of. Scorpion G right at the back. Let's have a go and have a look at what Soul Without Home is doing. He's got himself in a good position here. He's going to be able to see right down the line if they can get spots in. It's not a bad overwatch. Moving back over to where radar because they've come en masse towards the C cap. Varjaki is there all alone. Raid now only just taking the C cap. JP making a move in the 252U down in the gully, which is not a bad move. It's all pretty ballsy, but he may be able to come up on that T54 and get some shots in, and he does. I mean, that is a nice move. Now, is he trying to feign Variki to get down there? If he does, he's going to run into Blaster, Newbie, Timon, and JP. Variki is going to be in a bad position here. That's a good shot into OG Project. Variki is now in a bad position. Looking at the rest of it, though, Vale have come around the back of Raid. They can see here, they're trying to take out Toby. They're doing well, but they've let Toby get away, and he is a one-shot. Toby has managed to get away there. Now they're still trying to take... Toby's going to get around the back of them. No, he's running away. They are coming at him. Money Dude is getting smacked. That's a nice 800, another 500 into him. This is not bad from Vale. This is good counter-tactic, what they've done here. Down, Variki goes down, but he was there for a reason. Down goes the Money Dude. Now they're going to focus JP. JP is looking worse for wear. Oh, can WG Project stay in then the game? The Scorpion has relocated, as you can see. JP should be the target, but WG Project is probably going to go. He's not going to last much longer, and there he goes. Now we've got, let's get over it, have a look at what Bot and Sweet Soul Soul Without Home are doing. They're trying to get shot into Newbeater. Newbeater gets a good shot back in, though. Now the tables have turned. So Vale were, again, they had the upper hand, and now they've lost it again. Tired Noob here is not looking like he's in a good position. He's got a longish reload compared to the FV and the German Bulldog. He's going to be surrounded by the two lights. The rest of the team are pushing. The Scorpion G is gone. It's just Bot left. He's going to be surrounded by Teeman and JP. The rest of Raid are coming in, and there you go. It's all over. Oof. So, again, Vale looked like they were in a great position. They did 9,458 damage. Their push round the back and into the back of Raid seemed to be working. They couldn't quite finish off Toby in the German Bulldog, and they really struggled against those T-32s of Timon and Newbeater. Good stuff from Vale, but fantastic stuff from Raid. I mean, they a big turnaround. Big turnaround. Tired Noob there, doing his best. Varjaki really doing fantastic stuff, trying to hold that line, which he did particularly well. I mean, Raid did a nice tactic, and he was there to counter it, which he did successfully with the overwatch from Soul Without Home. But I just feel that the push from Vale was a bit of a letdown for them. It seemed like, I said, they were at the upper hand, but, wow, what can I say? They didn't, clearly. So, just looking at the chat. Hi, everybody. So, wowzers. That's an interesting start to the tournament, isn't it? You can't say much better than that. I mean, that was good stuff. So, we're not going to roll out now for a while. I think the next one I've got is actually Vale main team. So, we've already seen that. So, we're looking at lovely Paywall next, who are with APA at the moment, I believe. But I believe I'm going out with lovely Paywall. Let me just check before I stick anything home. Just trying to check, see what's going on. Just trying to make sure that I've got the right, giving you the right information Last thing we want to do is that. Where is it? It's here. So basically, I should have. No, I might have just carry up actually until the end of the tournament. So I think I don't know who I'm with. I don't know if it's raid or carry up. I will find out. But either way, we are staying in this group. We're staying in group 3. And it's either going to be Vale, carry up or raid. So we will see how it goes. Now either way, we're not going to be anything for a long time. Don't know why I've still got that, but I have. So let's get some replays going out there, shall we? So I'm going to start off with X420 Sarah in a smasher. And whilst this is going on, I'm going to drop that so you don't see my ugly mug and you get to focus on this gameplay instead by Sarah. I mean, that was fantastic stuff to start off with. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, that really was good stuff. I'm still mindful of... this VPN, so... I don't know what's been going on. It's just been crazy. That was a great shot into that little AMX, let's be honest. I mean, the Smash is not exactly the... how can I put this? It's not exactly the most accurate of tanks. But it is pretty broken, let's be honest. It's a tier 7 tank that can absolutely decimate its tier with ease. And, you know, in ratings battles, if you want a tank to go to get some points quickly, take a Smasher. Alternatively, if you're one of those guys who doesn't like rolling out and taking in, you know, and being, am I going to make it into, you know, the newer players? Am I going to make it into the Gold League? You want to get into the Gold League or Platinum? Take out a Smasher. Calibrate your games in a Smasher. Because it's a tier 7, you get good points. And you know what? It can hold its own against a lot of tier 8s. Still watching this VPN. Oof. Goodbye, MT25. That's all I can say to that. I mean, thankfully they're not going to do a tier 7 tournament, because you know what? There'd be 7 of these, wouldn't there? Let's be fair. I mean, I was on the Asian server streaming that early, well, trying to stream that earlier, and you know, the amount of Object 252s out there is alarming. It's obviously their favourite tank. Which, if you've got it, spam it. Articles, Zenith did enter, and then we decided it wasn't fun because most of the guys didn't have the premium tanks to compete, to be honest with you. They've mainly got tier 10, so there's no point. That's why. It's just one of those calls. Oof. Tiger P, I think you're gonna really lose this brawl, mate. But hey, Sarah trying to angle her turret. It will help a little bit. Tiger P's trying to angle his, but it doesn't really matter. Heat straight into the turret, bang. Boom. Here comes the SU. Looking for an easy kill. Gets a big bounce. Would have been an easy kill had that bend, but it didn't. I think they used HE there, which was a mistake. Sarah's putting in the HE and taking out the 152. So 4,290 damage so far. With just a P43 left. Poor little soul. He's a one shot. Bless him. So it's not looking great for the P43. Looking good for Sarah. She can probably get up to 4,300 and something damage, which is good damage. It is good damage for a smasher. Let's be honest. Where is he? He's probably over by the A cap. I mean, they could win on caps if he's clever enough. Unfortunately, there he is. Straight into the jaws of the smasher. Oof. That's gotta hurt, yeah? Excuse me while I have another wine gum. Not wine gum. Great mastery. Really good Radley Walters medal. 4,347 damage. 66,000 credits. 5 kills. Really, really good game from Sarah. Excuse me while I scoff a wine gum. Let's have a look at the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rolling Swam. Rolling out in the WZ 111111111115A. This is the tier 10 collector. That when it first came out, everybody was like, "Oh, it's so broken," and it's not. Let's be honest, it's not a broken tank at all. I mean, I do love the 113. I must admit, the 113 is a beautiful little tank. This, wow, it's good. Don't get me wrong. But it's not broken. Well, I don't think it is. But I'm an average player, so you know, maybe the super duper unicorns out there think it's broken, but I don't think it is. I think it's quite an easy tank to counter. You know, you've got to know how to angle it. It's pretty. You have to play it pretty much. It's a cross between IS4 and IS7. Don't get me wrong. As I said, it's a nice tank. It's just not this behemoth that a lot of people made out that it was when it first came out. I'm going to sup some coffee, excuse me. So, you know, it's a nice tank. Is it the best? No. Is it got a patch on the T22? No. But they are different classes, let's be honest. I mean, one's a medium and one's a heavy. And this is a heavy. But this is nicely played by the legend that is Brian, aka Mr. Rolling Swarm. I mean, I do like the tank. It's a good map. It's a nice map for this tank as well. I mean, Rolling Swarm's put it in a great position here. I mean, its turret is rock solid, and he's protecting that bottom hull nicely. Like I said, it's a bit similar to an IS4 stroke IS7. It's got a sort of pike nose, but it's not. It's not really a pike nose. It's a sort of piked nose tank. It dishes out some decent damage, I must admit. I mean, the reload's not too bad, about just over 11 seconds. You know, it's nice in that respect. I suppose it's the tier 8, it's the tier 10 version of the Glacial, which again is a tank that a lot, but the penetration on this is a lot better than the Glacial, I must admit. I mean, the Glacial used to struggle with penetration, but this one doesn't struggle, to be honest with you. I mean, sometimes it does, but not really. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's for a Chinese tank, the accuracy is quite good. It's quite nice. It is quite nice. Oh, there goes the VPN dropping bandwidth again. Hang in there, VPN. Thank you. So there's only 3 tanks left on either side here. I mean, Rolling hasn't really broken a sweat, let's be honest. He's not really scratched his paintwork. He's had a couple of hits into him, but nothing really to write home about. He's very, very healthy. But then again, so is that VK, and the VK-45 is a nice tank. Oh, the pattern is taking somebody out. Oh, Rolling tries to get a snapshot in there. Didn't quite work, but it was good enough. There's the VK90-01P. It's a nice tank, the VK90. It's, if you like the VK45-02B, then the VK90 isn't a bad tank at all. And again, it's another collector. Not everybody is able to get it. I certainly don't have it in my garage. I have played the tank on when I had a premium. Oh, that was very nice. When I had a press account on the Asian server, and you know, I got a mastery in its second game. It's a nice tank to play. Can be a bit tricky with the armor profile, but generally it is a nice tank. The pattern just overextending there a little bit. Oh, turret turn for Rolling a bit slow. He's asking for help. There should be somebody to help him. Can he get into the pattern? Yes, that's a great shot. I mean, that's the tier 9. It's the M46, not the M48. So it's a good matchup for the WZ. I mean, the WZ can dispatch him quite easily. There you go. Leaving the VK on his own. The Death Star, however, is on his long reload. The VK may push the Death Star. No, he's not. He's going to push Rolling. Rolling gets a nice big roll in there. 575. That's a lot of damage. It's looking good. Gets back to another position where he's... Oh, and there you go, the Death Star. So 5,619 dished out, 2 kills, 1,270 bounced. A well-deserved mastery indeed. And when you look at the teams, I mean, the T-57 Heavy played well. The VK held back a lot, to be fair. But can't fault that look. I mean, you've got CRO 66 in the Death Star dishing out 4,457 damage, and Rolling dishing out 5,619 damage. Wowzers, it's a lot of damage. So let's just check. See, I think we got another 12 minutes. Just making sure. Oh no, we got another 20 minutes. Oof. Should be the same for all of them. Yeah, we got 20 minutes to go. So, that's a long time. So we get some more replays going, shall we? Who shall we have? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I've played some of these already. This is a guy from the Asian server in the Vickers Light. Ilya sucks. Good little tank, the Vickers Light. I like it anyway. So yeah, we've got another 20 minutes to go, which means we've got another 15 minutes before the rooms open. So quite a long time to go yet, guys, before the next game. But we shall see what we shall see. Oh, hello, Vickers. Yeah, this one's a bit jumpy. It's not the bandwidth. It's not anything else. It's just the replay file. It's jumpy, unfortunately. So don't detract too much from that. It's the replay file. Nothing else. Hello, Sheridan. See how the Sheridan jumps? So no, he has not got an APA aimbot. It's just the way it jumps. That's all. Because they're not actual files they're DAT files. So you know, you're basically pulling them off the server. In real terms, they're not. They don't sit as MP4 or movie or whatever. They're sitting as a data file. Excuse me while I eat a fruit pastel. a nice fruit pastel, that one. That was a good one. Can't remember what flavour it was. But it tasted juicy and fruity. I mean, I do like the Vickers Light. I think it's a great tank. In fact, I like them all. I like all the British TDs, British Lights. However, I do think they're probably going to be nerfed. Because they are pretty dominating. I mean, the armour is a bit trolly on them, to be honest. So given time, they will be nerfed. Of that, I don't think there's any debate. I think it's going to happen. Oof. Oh, VPN's having a spike again. I think it's spiking now before we get to the next game. Just adding to my traumatic day. I think it's probably something to do with the fact that Eid starts tomorrow in the UAE. And it's like I said, it's a massive celebration. This is the second Eid, which is bigger than the first Eid. So you know, they've probably done something, I don't know. But whilst my internet connection is perfect, my connection to the game is less than perfect. In fact, it's been very, very poor. I mean, I tried to log on to Asia earlier and it just wouldn't let me in. And then to do the Asian stream I had to go via a VPN, which was less than ideal. And then after the tournament had finished, I was showing everybody that, you know, it wasn't me, it was something else. So I was jumping onto the EU server, and the EU server was fine, it was perfect, it was no problem whatsoever. Now I've come to do the EU tournament, and I have the same problem, where I haven't been able to get in to the EU server. The game just freezes. Now, that can only be my provider at this end. And it does happen every now and then, when they block games, and they inadvertently block all games, and it's craziness. And it is craziness. This is a great game here by Elias Sucks. 5,344. Bounce 560. 5,700 now. Is he going to get kill number 3? Should do easily. There we go. Oof. What a fantastic game. Good mastery, well deserved. And it was a ratings battle, so got some good ratings points there, didn't he? 39, that's not bad, especially when he's on 4,837. Really good game. So, let's watch something more controversial. Those of you who play the game may and are possibly on the Wargaming Discord server. At the moment, they're doing a survey, and the survey is on ATGMs, or anti-tank guided missile tanks. Now, this has been a big debate for a long time, and you know, they're asking questions to find out what people think of them realistically, because they still are presenting problems. Oh, there's Elysium, we may see him soon. Now, one of the problems that you have with the ATGMs, let's be perfectly honest, is the fact that they can shoot you without breaking cover. Now, that's the biggest issue, I think. A lot of people say, oh, it's because they can guide the missiles. Well, to be honest with you, a lot of people struggle to guide the missiles across the map. But a lot of people don't struggle in not breaking cover to throw a missile at you. All other tanks in the game, apart from these tanks, cannot do that. They have to break cover. And that is where the game mechanic is different. Now you can argue, yeah, but they're light tanks. Well, they are light tanks, but they don't have light tank armor, let's be fair. And you can argue, yeah, but they've got a long reload. So has the Death Star. And it's not as fast, and its camo profile is completely different. So, if you have a view on this, right, you know, if it's for them or against them, doesn't really matter. Get yourselves over to the Wargaming official Discord server. Take the survey. Have your say. because, you know, it's important that people have their say on these tanks. Because a lot of people think they've broken the game. A lot of people love them. A lot of people say that there's nothing wrong with them, that they shouldn't be touched anymore, that it's brought a breath of fresh air. And a lot of people say they've killed tiers 8, 9, and 10. They are unbelievably broken, not as in their OP per se, but that the game meta is broken because of them. Excuse me. Because as I said, I mean, having a tank whereby you can hide behind cover and throw missiles at the enemy without breaking your own cover and exposing yourself is, to be honest with you, an unfair advantage. Now, okay, rolling here has only fired, what, a couple of missiles, but you'll see later in the game that he puts this little Sheridan in a fantastic spot and is able to decimate the enemy without having to expose any of his weak points. And therein lies one of the problems with these tanks. So you got to be careful with them. I mean, for one, I'm an absolutely atrocious missile player. I can't use them for toffee. But what I can, I mean, I like the APCR, and why not? I mean, the APCR is fantastic. I mean, the APCR itself is really good. Don't need the missiles, let's be honest. But yeah, I mean, you get to see players like Fizzy's, Royal Fatness, Juicy Tender Steak. I mean, they are good missile players. But this is what you can do. See, he's not breaking cover here. Okay, you missed that one. But he's able to sit behind this. They can't get shots on him. Elysium in the 215B can't put shots on him. The Mark 6 can't get shots on him. Nobody can get shots onto rolling. Obviously, they do get shots if he does this, which he does. Now he's on APCR, so he can break cover. And he does break cover. He's going to load missiles. He's going to stay behind this dip. Look, watch the Mark 6. Oof, that's 500 into the Mark 6. And the Mark 6 doesn't have a chance, let's be honest. He can't get repeat shots in. He can't do anything in that scenario. And that is one of the issues with ATGMs. You may not think that. I'm just telling you from my viewpoint that's an issue with ATGMs. You may think they're balanced, they're fine, they're reasonable. As I said, get over to Wargaming's Discord server and have your opinion known. Goodbye, Mark 6. Oof, it's gotta hurt really, isn't it? I mean, you've got to be feeling sorry for the poor old Mark 6 there. You know, it's just, oh, and there goes the IS-7. Now watch this on the 268. I mean, this is just hilarious. So rolling here is behind a big, massive rock. Oh no, is he going for the 268? I think he does. Yeah, watch this. Watch this. 546, and the 268 hasn't got a hope in house chance. That's just, it's rude. I don't care how many times you look at that. It's rude. Just rude. He bounces this one though. See? Bounced off. He bounced that one. Not as good, that one. But yeah, I mean, as I said, regardless of what your view is, get over to the Discord server. Let your voice be heard. Regardless of what it is. Doesn't matter if you're for them or against them, or indifferent to them. The fact that Wargaming are asking for your opinion, that's what matters. So share your opinion. And we'll watch roll out in his Sheridan and finish the game off, I think. Is he going to finish it, or is the object going to finish it? I can't remember. Yeah, the object finishes it. So 3,928 damage. Not going to get a mastery for that amount, but, you know, it's a pretty good rollout. let's not kid ourselves. And as you can see, the Object 268 Ghost Peton played really well there. Really good game. And there you see, rolling, showing you what it's all about. That's not the room yet because we've got time. And apparently somebody has sent me a replay, so I've got to find it. It's here somewhere. Let's see if we can get this one up and running. I think we've got time. Yeah, we've got time, 10 minutes. So this is... Who's this? This is Trojana 59 rolling out in the Grille 15. A tank that's recently had a bit of a buff, let's be fair. And apparently it's a nice... I haven't played it since its recent buff. But I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard a lot of people say it's very good. A lot of people have said it's very good. I mean, the Grille's always been a tricky tank to play. I mean, you play the Waffle Tractor, and the Waffle Tractor is quite a nice tank to play, and it's... Okay, it's not overly noob-friendly, but it is. And then you get to this tank, and it's meant to be harder. It's tier 10. It's not meant to be an easy tank to play. You know, it's a tier 10 tank. And therefore, you know, when you get this tank, it's expected that you've got a little bit of skill and understanding of the game to be able to play it effectively. And that's sometimes where, you know, players falter. Because a lot of players get this tank without truly understanding it. They rush through the tiers. And then they say it's a really bad tank. When actually it's not. It's a really, really good tank. It's just tricky to play. But if you know how to play it, and you understand its quirks, it's a beautiful tank. I mean, look at that. That's almost 700 into the side of that E75 there. I mean, well, that is a nice roll. I don't care what anybody says. That is a nice tank. Here he goes again. Hello, E75. Goodbye. Oh, no, it was the T57. He bounced him. So far he's done 1700 damage. He's taken 1 kill. Hello, Hori. It's Hori 2, the tier 9 version. So, armor-wise, not as heavily armored as the tier 10, but still a formidable tank. I mean, I love the Hori Type 2. It's a very nice tank. But the Grille knocks it into that bottom plate and gets the kill. So 2,809 damage. He's on road for a good win here. There's a Moose. Hello, Moose. Off 600 into the side of the Moose, but the Moose gets one back. And I love the Mouse. It's by far my favourite tank in the game. I absolutely adore it. I think it's fantastic. However, you know, if you play it like that, you're going to get hurt. Let's be honest. And there goes the Moose. The Moose is down. So we've just got the E100 over there now. The Waffle Tractor over in the corner. So it's some 3,979 damage. Here comes an E100. Is he going to stick his head out? Yes, he is. Show the side of the turret. Allows for 4,534 straight into the side. Can't get the gun down there. 700 into the Grille. But you can't get the gun down. It's horrendous depression. But doesn't need it when you can do that. Oof. So somebody's annoyed about a camper. I don't know which camper they're talking about. Oh, JP. Oh, well, yeah, maybe. Here comes a Waffle Tractor. Goodbye, Waffle Tractor. Good roll. Nicely done. Kill number 4. 5,206 damage. Just the WZ. Many ones. 5A. Very, very healthy tank. Looks like he's been toying. I don't know what these two have been doing actually. I don't know if they've been brawling with each other. If so, then the WZ hasn't done much because the JP has still got all his hit points. And the WZ is now losing his hit points rapidly. I'm not surprised if you stick the tank there, guys. It's not a good idea. Boom! 5,780. Another Radley Walters. Fantastic stuff. Wow, deserved mastery. And it was a ratings battle. 79 points in a ratings battle. Oh, that was very good stuff. And as you can see, really good stuff. You can see the WZ. Well, I did wonder why he was still full of health. Now we know why. So, we should be getting an invite shortly. Yes, we do. So, we are still with Raid, actually. I thought we were with Vale, but we're not. We're with Raid. We're going out in just over 3 minutes. This time, we're going to Yamata Harbour, which is interesting. And it's up against LC. Oh, there's Vention. Hello, Vention. So this is going to be an interesting one. So Raid were very, very, very impressive in the last game. Let's be honest. Oh, I've got to stick that back on. Hang on a minute. There we go. So Raid was incredibly impressive in the last game, let's be honest. Where they did manage to turn over Vale quite easily. That's not to say Vale played badly. They didn't. They played very nicely. I thought in a couple of games Vale had the upper hand over Raid, but it wasn't to be. And, you know, Raid just had some very good counters, let's be honest. And they picked their tanks well. I'm going to have another fruit pastel, sorry. Oh. Don't be like that, VPN. Play nice. Play nice, VPN. Thank you. It's like this when the VPN sort of dips and dives. So, looking at LC, we've got Ventiom in an Action X, XS Project in a T54E2, Didis in a 301, Camis in a 252, Pika in an IS6, Zebis in a 252, and Ut in a T54 Lightweight. Switching over to Raid, they are starting on the south spawn in Yamata Harbour. We've got Toby in the German Bulldog, OG in an IS5, Blaster in a Progetto 46, potentially Money Dude in a 252U. Yes, he is going in a Progetto 46. JP in a 252U. Noob Eater in a T32 and Timon in a T32. I mean, to be fair, they've made some really good use of those T32s in the last couple of games, so I'm not surprised that they've stuck with them. Interesting that the Progetto 46 is making a showing for Blaster there instead of the 301. They've obviously got something in mind that they've been looking at. Toby's still staying in the German Bulldog. I'm clearly liking it. So we'll be rolling out in about 50 odd seconds. It'd be interesting to see how they play this one. It's not the easiest of maps. It's in fairness, there's not many strategies you can do on Yamata Harbour. It's C cap or A cap with possibly an overlook on the B cap. I'm interested to see what they do here. I'm expecting Raid to make a dash with the Progetto in the Bulldog to that C cap. And I'm expecting the Action X to be there as well. Well, it could be that the T32s get over there. I mean, they've got their good haul down with the Progetto and the Bulldog shooting over to the A cap. Either way, we're going to find out in about 3 seconds. Oof. Eek. Ooh. So, are Raid going to be able to continue their dominance that they showed against Vale in the first round? Well, either way, let's get up high into the back of the map. And I expected the Action X, as you can see there, making its way around towards that area. And you can see the 301 and the 54 is making their way to the C cap as well. The 301 is just going to take Overwatch. As I expected with Raid, although it looks like they were a little bit slower out the blocks there. Blaster staying back. Toby in the Bulldog is on his way over to the A cap. The T32s are making their way slowly towards the C cap. Early advantage will go to LC. Most tanks have now been spotted. Let's wing our way back over here. We don't need to have a look at Toby over there. He's on his own. It's here we need to see. I mean, Zebis and Camis and the 252 use pretty good position that they're in there. They get cover on both the B cap area and straight down that line. Now they've capped the C cap, they can back off a little bit and make Raid push. But Camis and Zebis are now pushing in. They're being quite aggressive toward... They're not going to the money dude. They're going for JP. That's an interesting push. Let's just get out a little bit here because Money Dude is going to come around and start smacking them as well. JP is the focus. Now most of LC are pushing in onto JP. JP looks like he's out on a limb. Oh, they've just... Oh, and JP's down. That is an early kill to LC. Really well played. Great push. It seemed an aggressive push, but it was a really good push by Camis and Zebis there, with the rest of the team coming in support. T32s now, the T54. Oh, and there goes Pick a Thunder. Uta in. Oh, a T32 has gone down. That is Timon. Timon is down. Now they're trying to get Noob Eater. Oh, but there goes a T52. Oh, the 252. Oh, Money Dude is also down. Wowzers. LC have got the advantage so far, not only on cap points, but also on hit points. Toby is making an aggressive rotation back round with Blaster trying to take on Didis. We're going to keep an eye on the T32 because the T32 is in trouble. Noob Eater is in trouble here. The T54 is trying to push him. We're going to go back in a moment to Blaster and Toby. T54 making his way out. Now OG Project. Ventiom has taken out OG Project in the IS-5. That's a good little brawl between those two. The Action X has got a much faster reload, as you can see. Really giving OG Project a hard time. You've got to favour LC here. They're looking very strong. We're going to focus on this for the moment. T32 of Noob Eater is hanging in there. He is a two-shot, however. Toby just gets a big smack. OG Project's about to go down. If Action X and Ventium can get that last shot in. Oh, it bounces. But Toby's down, and there we go. It's just Noob Eater left and the T32. Is Oot going to be able to take him? Yes, he is. Great game by LC there. I don't know about you, but it seemed that Raid were a little bit slow out of the blocks there. They seem to be slow off the starting blocks. As you can see, 12,624 to LC against the 8,400 of Raid. I don't know. I just thought they seemed a little bit slower to react to the starting whistle than LC. I mean, LC were very quick out the blocks. You could see where they went with the 301 and the T54 straight into that C cap with an overlook, with the rest of the heavies moving in. It was a bold move by Camis and Zebis and the 252Us to take out JP. And again, it seemed that Raid were just slightly slow to react. It could be just my perception, but that's what it looked like. Either way, that was a fantastic game. Really well played by LC. Great stuff indeed. Can't fault their tactics or strategy there. Looking at the swapping of spawns, so Raid are now on the north spawn and LC on the south spawn. You've got Toby again in the German Bulldog, OG in the IS-5, Blaster in the 46, Money Dude in the 252, JP in the 252, Noob Eater in the T32, Timon in the T32. No change in that lineup. Looking at LC, we got Ventiom in the Action X, Didis in the VK100. That's an interesting one. Camis in the 252, Peak of Thunder in the IS-6, Zebis in the 252U, and Oot in the 301, although there is some changing around. Shady is coming in instead of XS Project in the Tiger 2. We've got about 15 seconds to go before we see how this strat works out. But looking at that, they're looking for domination, I think, in the middle area of the map, probably around the B area. They've dropped the T54. They've still got the 301, so it's probably looking at an A and B strat for them rather than a C strat. but we will find out shortly enough. Obviously, they've got a lot of ground to cover when they spawn at this side to get to the sea cap, unlike when you spawn on the other side. It always seems like the sea cap is closer to the other side. It's not in real terms, but it just seems that way. But anyway, let's get up high and to the back if we can. Yes, we can. Of course we can. And yeah, it does look like that's what they're going to do. So Raid this time are heading all to the C area. And as expected, they're looking to probably dominate this middle area, the A and the B cap LC. And that was just going on their lineup. Raid has anticipated it, however, with they've got tanks here that can react to that with the IS-5 and the 252. They're dropping into the C cap. That's Blaster and Toby this time. The T-32s are going out wide, go haul down, the same as the 252. So Raid will take the initial advantage, but look at this. Camis and Zebis again. Very aggressive into the B cap. They are spotted, but I don't know. They can get shots across, but both of them are in there, so it's going to be difficult to reset the cap. Once that cap is taken, they can rotate out, which they are going to do. You can see they've already taken the A cap and rotated out of there, so they've moved back round. The T-32s are rotating back towards their spawn. Let's get over to see where Raid Toby is going and Blaster. They're trying to do the spots. Blaster just holding back a little bit. Toby very far forward, trying to spot out here. He is going to rotate back round. Oh, that's a big shot in by the 252U of Zebis. And another shot, this time by Camis. Playing really well, those two guys. Now we've got the T-32s making a rotation. You can see them there. They're making their rotation towards the A cap. The IS-5, OG Project, and Money Dude looking to probably steal the cap. Keeping an eye on these 252s. These T-32s. Didis is there, though, in the object, in the VK. Shots coming across this time by Zebis. Missing out. Timon is going to try and cap. At the moment, hit points are favouring Raid, to be fair. But LC have got the cap points. Now, if Zebis and Camis can keep hold of B, then the rest of LC can push these 232s. You can see there, New Beta getting smacked around a bit. If they could push the T-32s, that would give them a good advantage. They're lining up. They know the T-32s are here all alone. You can see that New Beta is getting out of there. Timon is trying to back out, trying to sucker them in. Well, we're going to focus on this for the moment. There is brawling going down at the B cap. But I'm going to look at this first. Are they going to be able to take out New Beta, or is it going to be Timon first? New Beta is looking worse for wear. Timon at the moment is looking okay, but he is surrounded. Is New Beta going to go down here to the I-6 of Peak of Thunder? Zebis has gone down on the 252U. We missed that. You can see here Raid is taking out Camis in the 252U. There goes the T-32. Alcy are winning on cap points. 2 tanks down apiece. Hit points are favouring Raid, however. You can see that. All Camis need to do... Oh, sorry, Camis. All LC need to do now is hold it. They're a whisker away from winning this on points. If they lose a tank, however, it's going to be a bad day for them. They're trying to line up here. Raid are trying to push them. Trying to push into that C cap. Can they reset the C cap? LC needs to reset it. Oh, but they've lost a tank. They lost Didis in the VK. That's thrown them a little bit. They need to reset that C cap. If they don't reset it, the A cap. If they don't reset it, oh, they've lost another tank. Ventium goes down. Raid look like they're going to turn this one. They were so close, LC. So close. The FV is over there, though. Ute is over there in the C cap. He's trying to take it, but Raid get it on points. They lost tanks a lot there, to be honest with you, did LC. They were in a good position. Raid turning it round, playing really well. Really good there. So 8,400 dished out by LC compared to 11,529 by Raid. Really close game, really good stuff. I mean, LC were literally that close. They were there. It was like they had 500, they had what, 980, sorry, 950 points. They were so close. But it wasn't to be. We're now going to switch to Fort Despair. It's 1-1. Don't forget, guys, it's best of 5. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. So, just waiting for the teams to ready up. Let's see what's happening on YouTube. Not much. So, and I'm going to have another one of these wine. They're not wine gums, they're fruit gums, they're called. I'm going to look at it anyway. Haha. They are nice. Sorry, you get to hear me eating. It's horrible, really, isn't it? There. So, Raid are starting on the North Spawn, LC on the South Spawn. Looking at the Raid team first, we've got Toby in a 252U, OG Project in IS5, Blaster in a 301, Money Dude in a 252, JP in a 252, New Beater in the T32, and Teamon in a T32. Looking at LC, Ventiom in an Action X, XS Project in a T54E2, Didis in a VK100, Camis in a 252, Pico Thunder in IS6, Zebis in a 252, and Oot in a FV301. This is going to be an interesting one. Raid will be trying to look to take back the advantage that they lost in the first game, where they were overturned quite convincingly, let's be fair, by Alcy. And Alcy will be looking to recapture the disappointment that they've just suffered in the last game. See, for Raid, hit points are favoured over LC, mainly because that amount of VK of Object 252s. So we've already got Ute in the 301 making his way over there to try and get some spots in already. You can see that the rotation is already moving towards the main area, which is the B cap. Looking at Raid doesn't say, oh, that's an aggressive move by Ute. Straight to Raid blast and he gets the first blood. I mean, that is aggressive, really well done. You can see Raid here in the 252 user making their way out to the very right of the map into the corner. Zebis there in the 252U of LC, probably looking to try and fast cap on the C cap. This is an interesting strat. I mean, Raid really aren't going to be able to cap A without inflicting damage upon themselves. Oh, but X Project there really getting smacked around. He needs to get out of there. He's in serious trouble. You can see that the T32 is really doing their job. They've got some good haul down gun depression. XS Project really looking worse for wear. Cap advantage just goes to LC though. You still see that the hit point advantage are still with Raid. That's a lot of 252Us out there. And T32s. So, and an IS5. That's a lot of big tanks. Good bounce there by XX Project. Now, just looking over the other side of the map, I think they're waiting for them to push on to C. There is a rotation from Raid, so we're going to leave XS Project at the moment. VK100 there is looking after him. So Toby is coming round. I don't know if he's trying to push in or just trying to get spots. XS Project now is a one-shot. He's on 61 HP. He's not in a good place, let's be fair. So Pico Thunder is coming in to support. So is Ventiom. Is Ventiom going to try and sneak a cap here? No, he's trying to get shots into the T32. And as you can see, the T32s are really... Oh, that's a good shot in, though. I mean, the T32s are really quite powerful tanks. Yep, Camis there, jostling with JP. So, Didis in the VK is trying to fast cap on the B cap, trying to steal it from under the nose of Raid. There goes XS Project. He was basically a one-shot anyway. The VK of Didis has capped B. That's put the advantage with LC at the moment. You can see here that Camis and JP are toying with each other. Can they get rid of Blaster? Blaster is looking worse for wear, but so is Ute. Ute goes down. Oh, they could have done without that. LC have lost Ute. Now Zebis is seriously on his own. He's going to... I mean, we're just going to leave this brawl for the moment. Zebis is in trouble. He's got Money Dude and Toby next to him. They're not focusing him just yet. Ventiom is trying to push in. Oh, he's trying to get shots in. He gets a shot into the bottom-plated Teamon, but it's not looking good for LC at the moment. There's a lot of low hit points out there, however, for Raid. Timon is very low. Blaster is very low. Toby is very low. They need to convert these. Camis goes down, however. He lost to JP. Oh, there goes Blaster. Oh, no, it's Timon, sorry. There goes Timon. But, wowzers, we've now got Didis and Peak of Thunder left. It's not, they've got the points, but they haven't got the guns on the field, and they certainly don't have the hit points. They get rid of Blaster finally. It took a long time, but there goes the VK. Peak of Thunder is the last man standing. He's got all to play for, but JP comes in and takes him out. Really close again. I mean, Alcy with some good stuff there. Coming on stuck, though, yet again to raid, like they did the last time. 9,051 dished out compared to the 12,654 by raid. You can see there that the Object 252s really are dominating tier 8 tournament wise. So unlucky LC, really good stuff though. So we're at the deciding match basically. It can go either way. Either raid are going to take it, or LC are going to push it to a decider. It's very interesting. We're switching the spawn points. Now LC are in the north spawn. Raid are in the south spawn. Looking at Raid, no change to their lineup at all. They're sticking with the same tanks and the same players. Looking at LC, Didis is dropped out of the VK and into the T32. Ute is dropped out of the 301 and into the 32. Peak of Thunder is in the Tiger 2. Ventiom probably going to ready up in the Action X. Yes, he is. Aside from that, Zebis, Camis, and XX Project are in the same tanks, namely the 252U and the T54E2, respectively. So, all to play for. LC can spoil Raid's dominant party, or alternatively, Raid can just overturn it and go into the final of this group stage. We will find out what's going to happen in about 20 seconds, so I'm going to have a sip of coffee. I hope you don't mind. I mean, this is the thing about, like I said, I was on Asia earlier, and one of the problems I've found with the Tier 8 tournaments is the use of the 252Us. It has been spammed a lot, let's be fair. And it does appear to be that whoever's got more 252Us seem to dominate the battlefield. Which is not really what it's meant to be, let's be honest. It's not meant to be a, who can drive the 252 better. That's not the idea. Anyway, let's get up high into the back and see what is going down. So, LC making a push towards that middle area again. Probably going to swing round out far wide here with Camis and Zebis. Moving over to Raid, see what they're doing. Blaster again back into that middle position, trying to get the spots. The 252Us of JP, Toby, and Money Dude, all of the 252Us are heading out to the left side. T32s are going to go haul down looking. Didis in the T32. Oh, they're fast capping B aggressively. So let's just get over there and see what they do. Are they going to push on Blaster and the two T32s? Probably not, but they're going to fast cap. That is quite an aggressive move, and it could work for them. The Object 252s, all three of them are over there. Camis and Zebis may be able to just hold fire there and keep their heads down. They will lose the battle over there because it's 2 against 3. But it's what's going on here that's important. Blaster's getting out of there, and he needs to. If LC can win this brawl here, there goes Timon already. If they get rid of these T32s early doors, then it will. I mean, Camis is already nexting hit points. They need to get rid of Noob Eater. If the T32s go down, it will give them a slight advantage. Not a big advantage. Camis is about to go. I mean, that's great stuff there by LC. Camis goes down. Zebis is also about to go down. But they have... Oh, no, they haven't gone down. I lied. They've managed to take... Oh, there goes Zebis. They've managed to take a lot of hit points out. They've done their job. Ventiom is also a one-shot now. But look at this. Didis in the T32s coming in. There goes... Oh, wowzers. Money Dude is down. Wow. I mean, this is great stuff from LC. It's 3 against 4. LC are dominating at the moment. They could be able to get JP out the game. If so, that would be a big blow for Raid. he's going to be surrounded. Didis is coming in the T-32. JP is not for the game. He's gone. Now let's get back over here because they're toying with the IS-5 of OG project. You can see the IS-5 OG projects are going to go, and he's down, leaving just Toby on his own. Let's get up close and personal with him. Stuff, let's be honest. I mean, Alcy have really turned it around here. Ute in the T-32 is still full health as well. Hit points clearly are favouring Alcy. Points are favouring Alcy. Toby's got a lot to do, and I don't think he's going to be able to manage it, no matter how great of a player he is. The Alcy are just going to be able to come in and just pick him off, which they're going to do. This is fantastic stuff by Alcy. What a great game. What a fantastic turnaround. That's what we like to see. Clearly, the 2-5... I mean, Camis and Zebis did a fantastic job there. Holding that middle ground. Not only that, they not only held the corner, but they managed to whittle the likes of Money Dude down and JP. I mean, that's fantastic stuff. Really, really good stuff. And as you can see there, 12,995 dished out by Alcy to 9,754 by Raid. Really good play by Alcy there. You've got to call it as it is, guys. I mean, that was truly amazing stuff. So, we now go to Dead Rail. This is the decider. It's winner takes it all, basically. Whoever wins this game is into that group stage final. So looking at the lineup, we firstly got Alcy on the south spawn and Raid on the north spawn. Now, I always find Dead Rail to be a really tricky tournament map. So I'm going to be interested to see how they play this. So we got Ventiom in an Action X, XS Project in a T-54E2, Didis in a Scorpion G, Camis in a WZ-120, dropping out of his lovely 252U, Pika Thunder in a Tiger 2, Zebis still staying in his lovely 252U, Oot in a 301. Looking at Raid now, we've got Toby in a 252, OG Project in an IS-5, Blaster in a 46, Money Dude in a 252, JP potentially in a 252, Noob Eater and Timon favouring their T-32s. T-32 has been an interesting shocker for the tournament, to be fair. It's a fantastic tank, and it just goes to show that, you know, in the right hands and in the right positions, T-32 really is a fantastic tank. So, all to play for. Winner takes it all. It's going to be an interesting one. Dead Rail, not the easiest of tournament maps. It's not a map you can easily rotate on, to be fair. You generally find that the B cap is not the main area. It's either going to be the C cap or the A cap. I'm interested to see how both teams play this. I'm hoping to see probably the T-32s taking the ridgeline along with the Action X, but we don't know yet. I hate to try and call it. So let's get up high into the back and see what they're going to do. So already we've got the 301 making his way towards the C cap. The 252, the heavy tanks basically are making their way down towards the middle area. Blaster in the Progetto 46 is making his way over to where the TD spot is. The rest of Raid are making their way round en masse to the C cap area. And look at this. It's like watching the Queen's birthday parade. They're all nice in twos. So, Ute is able to drop into C, but he thinks that they're all coming over, so he's legging it, and I don't blame him. I don't know if he was meant to ruse them or not. Pika Thunder in the Tiger 2 is able to cap A. Zebis gets an early shot into Toby. Raid are now capping C, but the cap advantage is going to go to Alcy. Raid now have got to just push en masse realistically down this side. They haven't capped yet, but they are bleeding. I mean, you've got a WZ there of Camis, you've got the Action X there, and you've got the Scorpion and the FV. Timon in the 32 is bleeding heavily. OG Project the IS-5 now taking a bit of a smack. They're going to push onto Action X and Ventiom. Ventiom's in a good position, though. I mean, it's a tough tank. The WZ is going to be caught out, possibly. You can see there that Camis is looking worse for wear, and so is Ventiom. But so is Timon. I mean, hit point wise, oh, it is favouring Raid. Ute is going to try and cap somewhere, I think, or try and get round onto the back of Toby. They're going to try and push here on Nubita. Nubita is the focus, but there goes Ventiom. He's down. Can Zebis take out Nubita? Zebis is trying hard. Nubita is a one-shot. Nubita goes down. There goes the WZ of Camis. Now, the Progetto 46 is coming in. He hasn't taken anybody out as Blaster. Money Dude, Tiger Savage Peak of Thunder goes down. JP takes him out. JP is a one-shot. They need to try and get rid of JP. Money Dude coming in to protect JP. Great move there. I don't think Zebis is going to be able to get shots on him. Let's have a look over. He's trying to get shots in there, but he can't do it. Now he's on a reload, so they need to try and get rid of these tanks over here. They're all very low. Raid are very low. I mean, they have got the hit points, but there are a lot of low HP out there. He only gets an HE round, I think. Oh, he finally takes him. Can he take... Oh, it's Ute and Zebis alone. Zebis is going to be all on his own. Toby is still very healthy. So is Blaster. Poor Zebis here. Played really well. I don't think he's going to last as much as he'd love to. Oh, that's a great bounce, but I think Toby's got him. No, he managed to take Money Dude first, but then Toby takes him out. That was a fantastic game. Another close one. Alcy again taking it down to the wire. Really good stuff by Raid. Can't fault either team. Fantastic stuff. Tricky map to play in a tournament. As you saw there, Raid en masse going through the sea cap. It worked for them, but there was a danger. They were down to 2 tanks, so you know, look at the damage here. 11,000, just shy of 11,100 compared to 11,183. It's a very close game. And don't forget, Alcy also almost managed to get it on caps. Fantastic stuff. Really good result. Unlucky, Alcy. Really well played. Really well played indeed. Congratulations to Raid. You go to the final of the group stage. Let's just see when that is. Ba-da-ba-ba. So, we're at group 3. So it'll be Raid against APA. Wowzers. APA turning over lovely paywall of Vale 3 and 2. It's going to be a shocker for Vale. But APA against Raid. Now that is a matchup, and it kicks off in about 20 minutes. So we do have time for a couple of replays. I'm going to drop my ugly mug out the picture again. Actually, no. Somebody said they've sent me a Hall of Fame replay. I haven't seen it myself. So I'm going to look for that quickly. It should be on my Discord, because it's certainly not in my email. So I'll quickly look for that. Just waiting for Discord to kick in. Discord is kicked in. Let's quickly see if it's there. I didn't see it myself, but maybe it is there. I've got a couple here. So let's download a couple of them. Okay, so downloaded a few. Let's I don't know which ones are which. I'm going to play this one first. This is Team Trouble 2003 in the IS-3 Bear. Now I'm going to drop my ugly mug out of the picture so you can see just the replay. It always amazes me, a lot of people don't like the IS-3. They think it's a bit of a meh tank. It's actually quite a nice tank. Again, it's the playstyle is it's okay. It's got a long reload, okay, 13 seconds, but armor-wise, if you angle it properly, it can be formidable. It really, really can. It always surprises me that people think it's a bit of a damp squib. It's not. It's a nice tank. I mean, look at that. I like it. Oh, KB4. Oh, IS-3 coming in, pushing the IS-3 of Team Trouble. Oh, no, go for the KB4 instead. That's a good roll in by the KB4. You would think that his back's against the wall here. That's a good roll. 401 into the KB4. The IS-3 is, on the other team, has sort of been taken out a little bit. This is good stuff. KB4 is about to go. Now the IS-3 is the focus of the attention. There we have it. Wowzers. I mean, I actually like the IS-3. I don't think it's a bad tank at all. It always surprises me when people think it's a bit of a horrible tank. Okay, it's a bit overshadowed nowadays, especially with tanks like that, the 252U. You know, there are a lot of good premium tanks in Tier 8. Let's not kid ourselves, eh? So, you know, it's not... It's a tech tree tank. For a tech tree tank, it's a nice tank. For a Tier 8 tank, it's okay. It does the job it's designed to do. You just have to play it in the role that it's meant to be in. If you do that, then you have fun in it. Super Pershing. Oh, the IS-3 obviously does suffer from massive problems with the gun depression, like most Russian tanks. Oh, 2 Super Pershings. Wowzers. So far he's done 1500 damage. You would say, why are you showing me this replay? Well, because it was sent to me. Basically. Oh, T-49. Completely ignoring the IS-3. Which maybe is undoing. Great HE switch there. Low roll. That's so annoying when that happens. It's always... So it's 2 against 4. You would think that everybody's... It's up against the wall now. It's all going to be pain. It's a nice one into the cheeks of the 252U. T-34 is keeping the Object 252 in a really, really nasty place. The 252U does not want to be there. Sets him on fire. He's going down. There you go. It's 3,275. It's 1 against 3. Here comes the Super Pershing. Can he take him out? No, he bounces him. Oh, it's all difficult now. Oh, that's a good bounce in return, though. And he rams him for effect. And why not? T-49 now. Switch back to the HE. This time get a proper roll. 394. 3,712 damage. 1 tank left. And guess what? It's a Super Pershing who... I didn't see how much health he had. I think he had quite a bit. I'm not sure. He's able to cap. I mean, they've got 2 cap points, but they're not going to win on cap points anyway. It looks like Team Trouble's team is going to win on cap points. Oh, there's the Pershing. Good bounce. Oh, 4,122. Is he going to be able to outderp him? Looks like he is. He's trying to get that turret. Trying to get those commander's hatches. He misses. Oh, 52 hit points. Oh, it's doom and gloom. But he holds in there. 4,122 damage. Dies right at the end. Doesn't matter, though, at the end of the day. He manages to hold on. Gets a Kolobanov. And a well-deserved mastery. It's a great game. Look at that. 4,122. Lovely stuff. So, who's next? I've got time. Yeah, I've got time. So this is Elias Sucks in the Grille. I think I can play this replay, and I'll save the other two till the end of the stream. I think I've just about got time to play this. I think we go off in another 10 minutes. I think it was 11:42 my time. Just about 10 minutes, yeah? So I think we got time. Well, now I'm second guessing. Have we got time? I think we have. This is the thing with the grill. Sometimes you just have to camp. You have no choice. I mean, Elia knows they're over there. He can't do much because nothing's spotted. And if you look at the map, he's got 2 tanks still in the spawn. There's the T-92. He's spotted over there. Now Grille spotted. He's now in trouble. Oh, hello, T-92. Yeah, you may be a light tank. You may have spaced armor, but a Grille can still go through you. Quite easily, in fact. So almost 700, one shell. I mean, this is, like I said, the Grille is a fantastic tank. A lot of people don't get on with it, but it's not the tank's fault, believe me. I mean, the tank itself is very nice. And on this map, this is a nice position for a TD, by the way. TDs in this spot generally have good positioning. Again, they're not really pushing anywhere. Sheridan, I don't know what the Sheridan's doing on his team. He's going down the middle. He's asking for help. He needs to spot. There is the Death Star. That's a great shot into the Death Star. 1200 damage now. I mean, that's a really good snapshot into a Death Star that was reversing. Did really well there. They've already lost 2 tanks on their team. That's interesting, to say the least. And they lost the 2 heavies, which is even more interesting. It's put their backs against the wall. They've now got 3 lights and 2 TD. Sorry, 2 lights and 3 TDs. Is he able to get in? No, it's a big bounce. But he's got a better reload, let's be honest. That's a big miss onto the Grille there. They could have done that. There's another Grille over there, though. Is he going to go for the Grille? Yes, he is. 962! Wow! I mean, if you're going to give somebody a bloody nose, that's how you do it. 962. He's not going to bother with the Death Star. Grille's going to come around the corner, and there goes the Grille. 2 HE rolls. Beautiful shots. Now that's leveled it up a bit. Oh, the FE is going to go for the Sheridan. The Sheridan misses with the missile. The FE is looking to knock this little Grille out. He can do 1 shot. Now the FE is fired. That has given Elia something to think about. He's able to come in and take him out. The bat chat did help, clearly. So now there's only 3 tanks left to go. And E75, who's out in the open. I mean, to be fair, E75, you're going to go out in the open. You need to push. You would have been better off. If you would have pushed the Grille, you could have. You probably could have come off better, up close and personal. Now, however, it's not going to end well for you. Let's be fair. So we're already at 3,714 damage. Make that 4,361. Oof! What a good game. So it's 3 against 2. Oh, look at this side on. Oh, over sights. Big roll into the T-57 heavy. Great shot. 5,024 damage dished out. Oh, is he able to get it round? That's another great shot. Another 624 into T-57 heavy. T-57 heavy has now fired 1 of his shells. It's 2 against 2. There goes the 57 heavy. Just the K91 left. Sheridan's coming in to help out. Can he get the back of the Sheridan? Oh, that's a massive roll. 6,369 dished out. That is a fantastic game and a wow deserved mastery. And another Radley Walters. And you can see here they lost their heavies very early, which really put them on their backs against the wall. It's a fantastic game. So we're not ready yet. I think it goes out. We should be getting it in for about 4 minutes or so. The invite. Let's just have a check. Just have a check when the match starts. 42, so 10 minutes. Which means I've got 5 minutes, which means we got time for one more replay. Let's have a look. Oh, good friend of mine and moderator, Jono Newman, out in the bat chat. 25 TAP, the tier 9 bat chat. Again, a nice little tank. Been overshadowed recently with the introduction of the British Light and the missile tank, the T92. Still a nice tank though if you know how to play it. And again, a lot of people don't know how to play it. That's one of the problems with the bat chat. People, it catches people off guard. But if you know how to play it, oh, it's a great tank. It really is. So I'm just going to get a drink, so I'll leave you there for 2 seconds, enjoying Jono Newman rolling out in his bat chat. So there we go, back after getting more coffee, which I'm now going to sup if you don't mind. And another fruit pastel. Get Jono chasing down this grill. And why not? That's what I say. Fantastic stuff. You're doing well in this bat chat. It's really, it's like I said, it's a tricky tank, especially when you consider some of the other tanks in its tier nowadays. And this is it's a tier 10, tier 9 game, and there's a lot of HP out there nowadays since the heavy buff, which was basically an increase in hit points. And the poor little bat chat, in the wrong hands, really does struggle, but you know, Jono's playing this little bat chat nicely. Like I said, it's a formidable tank. And if you know how to play it, boy, you can dominate. And it's all about relocating, and making sure you're out of harm's way when that massively long magazine reload is taking place. Can he get the IS-8? Oh, ram for effect. Why not? He lost 700 hit points doing it, but hey, it worked. Now the T-54. Goodbye, T-54. Wowzers, 4 kills, 3,653 damage. This is a fantastic game in this little bat chat. Is he able... I mean, there's a Sheridan out there still, and an IS-7, I believe. Yeah, there's the IS-7. They're losing on... No, they're not losing on cap points. They are winning on cap points. But it'd be good if he can get some more damage in. There's the IS-7. He's only got 2 rounds in the magazine. There goes number 1. Oh, that's a rock. Jono, you didn't want to hit the rock. Oof, that's a big smack. That's a bounce. He's got to get out of there. The J. Guru comes in. He gets behind the J. Guru, and he's going to circle the IS-7 to death. And why not? Just don't ram him. Great, nicely done. 3,969 damage so far. Is he able to find that Sheridan, or are they going to cap it out? I think they're going to cap out. Win it on points. There's Sheridan. Oh, he gets the kill. 4,003 dished out. No bounces. And another Radley Walters. And a fantastic mastery. And it was a ratings battle. Great ratings points there. Really, really good stuff. And that's a fantastic game, Jono. Really well played, mate. So, maybe now we've got, yep. We've had the invite. Ooh, what's happening? Hello? What's happened? Hello? Game! What's going on? Let me just drop that a minute. Oh, what's happened to the game? Sorry, I've got to log out quickly and log back in. Don't know what happened there. The game froze, as per usual. Oh, I've just been having these wild rides today. It's been most annoying. Most annoying. Thankfully. Let's put my ugly mug back on. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. It's just, you saw where it just froze up again, and I've been having that all day with the thing. Anyway, so this is the final raid against APA, who are aptly called 252U is love. We've got about 3.5 minutes to go. We're on Vineyards. Raid are on the south spawn. APA are on the north spawn. Looking at APA, who are lined up already. We got Yennefer in a T54. I don't know that one, sorry. Account 2, wherever that is. APA account 2 in the Carnarvon. Sinkia in the 252. Lionel in the 252. Maceo in the Carnarvon. Marsink in the Carnarvon. And Mojkar in the T32. Although account 2 may change. Looking at raid, so far only Money Do's readied up in the obligatory 252U. And Timon in the obligatory T32. But there is plenty of time. It's not like they're in any rush. There's still 3 minutes basically to go. This is going to be an interesting one. It is best of 5 still, so it's still the first to those 3 wins. Interesting map, Vineyards. You're always trying to find that middle area. It's always about fast capping in the middle area, I tend to find in tournaments. But as I saw on the Asian server today, there was an interesting move by ID where they basically faked a move into the middle with one of their players going round to the C cap and capping that out really quickly. So raid are almost ready. S1K looks like he's coming in place of Blaster. Don't know if that's the way it's going to go at the moment. And it looks like Ernest is coming in place of Yennefer, but again, you don't know yet. Oh, Ernest is definitely coming in place of account 2. So, Yennefer in a T54 still, Sinkia in a 252, Ernest in a 252, Lionel in a 252, Maceo in a Carnarvon, Marsink in a Carnarvon, and Mojkar in a T32. Looking at raid, Money Dude still in a 252, Noob Eater in a T32, Timon in T32. Surprisingly, they're still in their T32s. And do you blame them? I mean, the T32 has been playing really, really well. Really well. Let's be fair. I mean, it's been an impressive tour for the T32. Oh, Timon is making way, I believe, for S1K. So now we've got OG Project in IS5 still. Blaster in the 46. S1K potentially in a Tiger 2, JP in a 46, Toby in potentially in 252. No change in the tanks, the meta, or the lineup of APA. Oh, it's an interesting one, this. Toby is in a 252, just waiting for S1K. I think he is going out in a Tiger 2. There's a lot of Object 252s out there. I'm expecting Yennefer in that T54 to be fast capping immediately. Be interesting to see whether, if the Carnarvons do go to the middle ridge with their gun down along with the T32 and the objects either go into the old ruins to the north of the map or popping into that sea cap. It'd be an interesting one to call. As for Raid, I've given up trying to call any of their strats because they never do what I predict because they're just too good. Not to say APA is not too good, but you can never tell with Raid's tanks. Let's be honest. It's always an interesting map, Vineyards. Let's get up high and see where they're going to go. So I'm expecting JP to at least fast cap there in the 46, maybe along with Blaster. You never know though. With the rest of the tanks, well, Money Dude may be heading downwards. Yennefer, as predicted, is heading towards a fast cap on A, and he's jumped in there straight away. With the rest of the team, as also predicted, going to this middle area. Why wouldn't they? They've got good hull down gun depression tanks. Raid are moving out to the northern ruins, apart from the T-32s. S1K and Nubita are staying close to the Progetto. So looking at where they are, oh, that's a big push straight away by APA. They're pushing right through. Look at this, they're pushing down onto Money Dude. They're in a good position there because they can't get shots into them from that side. Money Dude is really onto the wire here. Marsink is coming in. Mojkar's coming in. Oh, Marsink gets a bit of a smack. But Money Dude is in a bad position here now. He's isolated. They're going to leave him. There's nothing they can do to help him. He's just surrounded by tanks. APA going to get the first kill. Marsink, however, is bleeding a little bit. But is he able to get rid of Money Dude? He has got a faster reload. S1K gets a nice shot in though. Money Dude's down. Now it's all about what's happening here. So you can see that Raid have doubled back up. Ernest is pushing through on the 252 onto Toby. Toby is now looking in a bad position. Toby goes down. Sin Kia takes him out. But Ernest really and Sin Kia really got hurt for doing that. Can they take out S1K? Mojka comes in the T-32 to help out. S1K is realistically a two-shot. So Sin Kia gets really smacked there. S1K has survived the initial onslaught. Can he survive still? OG Project and Nubita is coming to help out. You can see there Blaster is, well, lost a lot of hit points, but not as much as JP. So Raid have now lost 3 compared to the 2 of APA. But APA have lost a lot of hit points with that big push. They're trying to focus OG Project here in the IS-5. Mojka trying to help out there in the T-32. The T-32 of Nubita, though, takes a big smack into Mojka, but he takes one in return. You can see there, Maceo goes down in the Carnarvon, back down there. Lionel's coming around to help out on the object, on OG Project, and he dies. So we've got 2 very low hit points here. Ernest and Marsink. Nubita gets Ernest out of the way. Marsink is now looking very, very dodgy. Blaster's coming in the Progetto. Marsink goes, leaving Mojka all alone in the T-32. And he's taken out by JP. That was an aggressive push there by APA right through the middle. It looked like they were going to pull it off, but no. They did not. Losing tanks in that middle section. They lost Yennefer quite early. Really good stuff by the 2 mediums of JP and Blaster there, running around doing what they needed to do. Money Dude, they couldn't do anything for him. Same with Toby, sorry, they couldn't do anything. But 13,150 compared to the 11,700. Raid take the first blood. Wowzers. So, switching on the spawn points, this time Raider in the north spawn, APA in the south spawn. APA have already read it up. Yennefer in the T54 lightweight, Sinclair in the 252, Ernest in the 252, Lionel in the 252, Marsink in the 252, Maceo in the Carnarvon, and Mojkar in the T32. Ernest has just vanished, and Violetta's coming in the T32. Looking at raid, got Toby in the 252, OG Project in the IS5, Blaster in the 46, Money Dude in the 252, S1K in the T32, JP in the 46, Nubita in the T32. So no change in the lineup for raid. Oh. Ernest is back in place of Mojka, this time still in the 252. So Maceo in the Carnarvon again. Marsink toying with the idea of maybe going T32. Yes, he's going T32. So, are we going to see a similar strat? A big push through the middle. They've got a similar lineup. Raid, however, got a similar lineup too to their last game. So, it's going to be an interesting one. At the moment, Raid have got the advantage 1-0. So, what's going to happen this time? We're going to have some more of this fun in frolics. I hope so. It's going to be good. Anyway, either way, let's get up into the back of the map. So, Raider toying around, going out towards the old ruins and the A-cap. Looking at APA, let's move over to APA and see what they're doing. So Yennefer again, fast capping B. Marsink in the T32 heading for that ridge line. The Object 252s of Lionel and Ernest, I believe, are heading towards the C cap. So advantage on caps will go to APA. Violetta in the T32 just holding back, trying to get shots across. You can see there the Object 252s of Raid are moving way out in towards the old ruins. So we've got a different strat this time. We've got all the heavies of Raid moving through the old town, the old ruins here. They are being spotted up by Yennefer though. So they have been seen. They know where they're coming. Looking at S1K and Nubita in the T32s, they are just holding this ridge here, preventing anybody coming over the top and trying to get shots in and across. Ernest caps the C cap. Blaster and JP just holding back at the moment in these Progettos. Toby is the only one who's been smacked around at the moment. That was as he was trying to cross through the ruins. And as you can see, he's gone right through the ruins with quite a forward position here. He's very forward. He's getting good shots into Yennefer, though, in the T54. Yennefer is now in a little bit of trouble. He's gone. That's how much trouble he is in. So APA have lost a tank already quite early. That was because Toby really did push quite far and quite forward, allowing and keeping the spot on the T54. He hasn't spotted the T32 though, Violetta. Now, it'd be interesting to see this here for the moment. I mean, Violetta can't get any shots in. S1K and Nubita and the T32s are making a move, so we need to get back over there. You can see what they're looking at if we get over here and down. So this is what they can potentially see at the moment, which is the no tanks are spotted, but they know that they're around here. S1K is making a move through towards the cap, hoping that he's not going to be spotted. And again, this is what they will see. They will see as they move up here, not much going down. Nubita has now been spotted. Moneydo spotted. Violetta is now isolated. It's 3 against 1. Violetta really needs to try and hold on as long as possible. I don't know if Violetta can do that. That's a lot of heavy tanks pushing. And Violetta's walking into the T32s of S1K and Nubita. Getting over here, then we've got the rest of APA coming in to try and take out Nubita. Nubita is the focus of their attention. Nubita is down, so it's 1 tank apiece down. But Violetta's hanging on in there. We've got support coming in now. The Progettos coming in, trying to take out Ernest. Points, however, do favour APA. If they can get another tank down, they're looking for... Maceo is looking to try and brawl here with Toby. Violetta goes down, but hung on long enough. Can they get rid of Toby? Macio's trying his hardest. We'll come back to that. We've got to get over here because now they're trying to take out Money Dude. Money Dude's very healthy. Oh, Toby and Maceo are still toying with each other. Toby is just... Toby finally goes. That is going to help them, but they have lost a lot of tanks. They've lost Sinclair, Ernest, Jennifer, and Violetta. This middle... I mean, S1K is still full of health. They've lost all the caps as well. It goes to Raid. Big turnaround. I really thought that their APA may have had it. They may have clinched it. But great stuff again from Raid. Big turnaround. You see there, Raid knocking out 11,450 compared to APA's 8,000. I really thought APA may have clinched that. It seemed to take Marsink an age. Sorry, it seems to take Maceo an age to get rid of Toby. Because it's the 252 and they are pretty difficult tanks to get rid of. So we're now switching maps. This time we're going over to Halas. Raid are in a good position. At the moment they are 2-0 in a best of 5. So they could clinch it here. Raid are starting in the north spawn. APA starting in the south spawn. Got about just over a minute to go. That was some really good stuff. Again, in both games, I thought, APA seemed to have the upper hand, and then Raid just seemed to just turn it up a notch. That's what they seem to do. They just seem to say, no, we'll just take it up to that next level. Level 11. Boom. So, looking at APA, who seem to have read it up first, we got Jennifer in a T49. APA account number 2 in a Carnarvon, Sinclair in a 252, Ernest in 252, Lionel potentially in 252, Marsink in a T32, Violetta certainly not in an E100. Looking at Raid, got Marsink in a T32. Looking at Raid, we got Toby in a 252, OG Project in IS5, Blaster in a 46, Money Dude in 252, S1K potentially in a T32, JP in a 46, and Nubita in a T32, and Raid S1K has jumped into the T32. We're ready. Are APA going to turn it round? Oh, Lionel's changed to a T49. Marsink into a WZ120. That makes it slightly interesting. I'm just going to have some coffee. So that makes it slightly interesting. T49s, WZ. Are they taking it seriously? One never knows. Either way, we're going to get up high into the back of the map. So the Progettos of JP and Blaster are heading straight away towards that C cap, with the rest of Raid going down the middle, which is probably the normal tactic nowadays on this map. Looking at APA, the T49's heading for the C cap. They're going to come into those Progettos very quickly. Well, they didn't. The Progettos went wide, so Lionel is going to come into them very quickly. And there you go. Boom, boom. Oh, no. That's a lot of DPM in those Progettos. Lionel has got no choice but to run away, realistically. Jennifer is also in a tough spot. Moving over to this side, however, there's a brawl going on already with the Object 252Us. Ernest, Toby, Sirkin, Sinclair and Money Dude all brawling away. Toby is looking like he's going to go down. Ernest is trying to get that load. Is he going to get it? Yes, there he goes. So, first blood does go to APA. Sinclair, however, is also looking worse for wear. Jennifer coming in to help with the Money Dude. He is loaded and he gets a 275 into him. Raid have capped C cap. APA have capped nothing. So APA are up on points because of the kill. There goes kill number 2. This time it was Money Dude. So the two 252s of Raid have gone down. That's a blow for Raid. They've still got the IS-5 and they've still got the T-32s. There goes Maceo in the Carnarvon. They're now going to push on Marsink in the WZ. Good tank, the WZ. So Marsink here is going to be surrounded very quickly by a lot of Raid guys. And as you can see, Blaster's coming in, S1K's coming in. There goes Marsink in the WZ. So both teams have now lost 2 tanks apiece. Raid have now gone forward on the score sheet, mainly because of their cap. APA account number 2, the Carnarvon, is now the focus of Raid's attention. The IS-5 there of OG Project, he's lost a lot of hit points, but hit points at the moment are favouring APA. Can the Carnarvon do anything? Gets a good shot into S1K there in the T-32, but look at that. Progetto of JP comes around the back and puts a lot of shots in. Now S1K is going to push the Carnarvon. Gets a good roll in there. Carnarvon is not able to do it in kind. JP is loaded. Is he going to have shots in onto the Carnarvon? Oh, the Carnarvon is looking worse for wear. AP account 2 is about to go down, I think. He's still managing. Oh, Sinclair takes out S1K. What a shocker. But now, hit points are now favouring Raid. Ernest looking, it's a 1-shot. Lionel is a 2-shot. Well, a 1-shot really. It's T49. Yennefer is the only one that's really got any hit points left. Looking at Raid, it's 3 against 5. You would say favour Raid here. However, they have got the points. Carnarvon of account 2 is recount. Oh, are they able to get any? Oh, Yennefer's just lost most of his hit points, and Yennefer's now down. Ernest has got it all to do. Is Ernest going to be able to play with Blaster? Great shot into Blaster, but Blaster has got a round, 2 rounds. This is going to be 3 rounds. He's going to be able to take out APA's Ernest. Ernest is gone. Hey, those Progettos. There goes the Carnarvon OG Project, just taking him out. So it's 2 against 3 now. Tables have turned. Lionel is down. No point going over there. It's now Sinclair. Let's stay with him. Let's have a look at OG Project, see what he's doing. He's going to try and get shots into Sinclair. Trying to see who's going to push Sinclair. Let's get back up high. Let's go over there. Sinclair is still doing well against Noob Eater, but OG Projects is going to be able to come round and put a nice shot into the side. It's all over. Raid takes it. 3-0. Oof. As you can see, APA did dish out a lot more damage, 11,947 compared to Raid's 11,446. It's a fantastic game, really good stuff there. It was closer than I thought, let's be honest. I thought with the T49s it was going to be a bit of a walkover, but it wasn't. And there you go. Well done. Both teams, good games. Well done, Raid. Commiserations to APA. Let's have a look at the rest of the tour, see what's been going down. So in Group 1 we had Churd against Legion. Let's see how Legion doing. Well, Legion won that one. 3-0 in the final. Against CHRD. No, a tricky clan, CHRD. But Legion taking that one. Moving down to BHBP against Elim. That was Group 2 final. Let's see what happened there. Well, oh, Elim taking BHBP quite convincingly 3-0. They also knocked out Ready to Kill. Which team was that, though? Well, I think that's the main team. Moving on to Group 3, we saw APA losing out to Raid. Group 4, we had Endgame against US. Let's have a look. That's still going on at the moment as US and Endgame are still going down. And that's it. So, I've got one more replay. And I'll play that. This is my friend... Oh, I've already shown you this, haven't I? Oh, I've already showed this. Yeah, I've already showed this. It's part of a feature, so sorry, Jory, but everybody's seen. Well, if you haven't seen it, you're going to see it again, and I'm going to stop my ugly mug from being seen. This is a fantastic game, by the way. But I did a feature video on this all on its own. I thought it was a different replay. I didn't check the date clearly. Wow, that's it. I mean, that's basically the tournament for today. It's finished as far as we're concerned. Some fantastic stuff though going down. Let's be honest, some really good stuff. I enjoyed it. Don't know if you did. Oh, I've already got one dislike. I always get a dislike. It's amazing, really. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. Haters have got to hate. But it's been an entertaining tournament. It's been interesting to watch. It's a strange one because a lot of people are saying it is pay to win, and to be perfectly honest with you, when there's, let's say, a lot of Object 252s out there, it sort of does skew the meta somewhat. I mean, there are a lot of premium tanks on the field, which is not for everybody, let's be honest. I mean, he's not as bad as what I saw earlier on the Asian server, where teams were rolling out literally just jam-packed with 252Us. That's obviously a completely different scenario, but yeah, it was enjoyable. It's something different, I must admit. You know, it's a change from just the tier 10 tournaments, because we see those all the time, let's be fair. So we get to see different strats, different tanks. Well, not really different tanks, everybody's spamming the 252U. But we do get to see, you know, different play styles, different strategies. It's a little bit quicker, obviously. Not as much derp. It's a different style. Yeah, that's okay. I just wish they'd limit it to 2 premium tanks or something along those lines. If they did that, it'll probably balance out a lot more. Stop people spamming so many 252Us. Because it does, you know, if you've got a clan that rolls out in 5 252Us, and you've got a clan where the players don't have that many 252Us, it does bring an unfair advantage. Let's be honest. It's not a level playing field. You know? And I know tournaments per se are not level playing fields, especially the onlines, because obviously you've got players, you've got better crew skills, more experience, etc., etc. Whereas when you go to the offlines, then it is a level playing field. Everybody's got access to all the tanks, and they've got all the crew skills, etc., etc. So it does change somewhat. But when it comes to things like premium tanks like this, it's certainly not a level playing field. You know, if you've got a clan that has only got a couple, then you've got a clan that can't compete realistically. Not on the same level. Simple, really. But as I said, it's been different. It has been different. I mean, I haven't been commentating the Ascent tour, so I've not seen it all the way through. But you know, I did take part in a couple of the Ascent tours. Then we, as a clan, gave up, mainly because nobody had the premiums. And, you know, it was pretty difficult to compete when you don't have the premiums. It's as simple as that. If you have the premiums, then, you know, it's different, isn't it? If you've got the meta, you've got the meta. If you don't have the meta, it makes it harder. I'm eating a fruit pastel. Sorry. Should have moved my microphone away. So. I mean, this is a great game. I've just missed out on top spot on the Hall of Fame. It's number 4, not number 3. It's still a fantastic game, though. I wish I could play the Leo like this. But I'm a complete nab, so I can't. Simple as that, really. All the armchair warriors telling people what to do. It's always the same, eh? Oof, 8,000 damage. I mean, in a Leo. 8,400. Oof. Great stuff. And let's stop on 8,636. Wowzers. Fantastic stuff. Well played by Jory. So let's see if that final game came through. It was endgame against US. And endgame win 3-1. So in Group 4 it was endgame, topping that, winning. Group 3 we saw it was Raid. Group 2 it was Elim. And Group 1 it was Legion. So an interesting evening was had by all. Not really many surprises in the clans that won. Maybe Elim is a surprise with R2K going down. But aside from that, not many upsets, let's say. It is pretty much what it is. And with that, I am going to go. That is the end of the stream, guys. This is not a reward stream anyway. So there's no point carrying on. You know,